Let's go. Lovely. Good morning, everybody. Mahaba, bonjour, willkommen, and welcome to day 2 of this WISE Summit. A packed day yesterday, full of invention, comment, enthusiasm. And if there's one emotion I've noticed over the last 48 hours since I've been with you all and meeting you individually, and a great many of you, it's that enthusiasm for education, which is wonderful to behold. Yesterday, we explored interactions between education and other development strategies and how innovation happens in the many different sectors that we were talking about. This morning, we're going to try and go further, so there is some synergy with the session yesterday afternoon to address the question, how do we achieve effective reform in education? In other words, how do we bring improvement to entire school and education systems for all children and not just for a few, not just for the handful? Many countries have increased spending a great deal, but still have not made significant progress. So why doesn't it work if you throw money at it? I'm sure you all know various answers to that question. There you are, 2.46 trillion in education. This morning we're going to address this very important theme first by exploring the goals of so-called whole system reform, whatever that means. And Sir Michael Barber is going to explain to me exactly what that means. In other words, how reform efforts are playing out around the world and how to bring teachers on board. We'll also explore how to balance the roles of education ministries who set the general directions for reform while they're in office, and of teachers in schools who are the ones who, of course, have to implement those and make change happen. Finally, we'll look at whether it might be important to expand the vision for reform to include other stakeholders from the community, and other stakeholders being parents, businesses, etc. And also to focus on different kinds of skills and knowledge. So we're going to try and we will ask our distinguished panel of experts to help us answer most of those questions, time permitting. Let me introduce them to you. Sir Michael Barber is the Chief Education Advisor at Pearson and former head of the Global Education Practice at McKinsey. I'll be asking him about his efforts to reform education in the UK and his research on how some countries have made large-scale improvements in education. Tom Bentley is Deputy Chief of Staff to Australian Prime Minister Julia Gillard and also part-time Director of the Australia and New Zealand School of Government. I'll be asking him about his ideas on different ways of promoting change in education and the public sector and why it's only a part-time job. Luc Chatel is the Minister for National Education in France, and he will share with us the experience of the French government in trying to implement reform. And I'll be asking him how difficult it is for the education system in France and elsewhere when a minister changes. Does the reform stop with the minister? Dr. Shams Qasim Laka is a former Minister of Education in Pakistan and the founding president of the Aga Khan University, as well as member of the Higher Education Commission of Pakistan and founding chair of the board of Pakistan's Centre for Philanthropy. He'll share his insights from many years leading educational change in his country, Pakistan, and his experiences around the world as well.